Hello everyone, and welcome back. I'm not going to say much further than that. Anyway, I'm just having a small thing to tell you what I think. This is my opinion. So for all you trolls out there who've got nothing better to do with your life, I'm saying it's my opinion. It's what I think, not what's fact. It's what my opinion is. Anyway, I've had a couple of videos took down because of some trolls, idiots that don't understand plain language, and they're just like the sickos. They just need to get a life. Anyway, my opinion is, well, the facts are the world seems to have gone mad, and they're all up to grab war. I mean, we've had COVID that's tried to kill everybody. We've now got monkeypox coming about. War in Ukraine. All them poor kids. Putin, the child murderer. And that's a fact. Putin is a child murderer. He sends his troops over to kill little kids. They're not fighting, big armed men. They're going after the kids. They're bombing the cities. They're not fighting the war. They're not fighting the troops. They'd rather pick on a town or a city and kill the little kiddies. They're child murdering git. That's what Putin and his chums are. Anyway, that's my take on the Russia-Ukraine thing. And Russia's going to lose. Zelensky, he's gone down in history. He is the man of this century. Well done, Zelensky. Well done, the Ukrainian armed forces. Yous are doing very well, and thank God we've got a good army like yours on this earth. Then we go, this is all a Russian and Ukraine thing, but the thing that hurts me the most is them poor little kids, them poor children that's died and been seriously injured, and what they're exposed to. All them poor kids. That breaks my heart, that does. That breaks my heart. And for every Russian soldier that sends a rocket, a missile, a grad towards them cities and them towns, knows for fact they are killing little children. No, they know for fact they are committing war crimes. They know for fact that they are the biggest yellow-belly cowards on this earth. Them poor little children. But you notice I've got the camera. Sorry about it being a little bit shaky. I'm just looking at news. I'm not playing it. I'm just looking at the headlines. And it's about China. And Nancy Pelosi, she went over there. And I know for a fact she went over there to trigger what's happening. It's America's response to some of the things that's been said by China. And now they're doing what they call, if you look on there it tells you, they're calling it drills, military exercise around Taiwan. If you take a look, they have got Taiwan closed in. They've closed all of the South China Sea, by the looks of it, even shipping lanes. The Chinese Navy, the Chinese Air Force, the Chinese Armed Forces, they've amassed on the borders of China, which is only 100 miles away from the Taiwan's shores. So a few rockets, well, not a few. China's got millions of them by the looks of it. But if they're firing a lot of missiles onto Taiwan, they're going to destroy a hell of a lot of stuff. But they're doing this exercise operation. The Chinese even copied the Russians and said it's a special military operation. That's what one report I've heard say. But they say like, as you can see on there, the helicopters and all that. Like, it takes now for an helicopter to fly from China and chuck a few bombs and fire a load of them what I call grappling guns at them, the high caliber weapons. And I think what it is, Why is China doing this? Because of the Pelosi visit. To be honest, it is nothing really big. I mean, she never went over there in a bomber, with the mother of all bombs, like what America possess. And she hasn't attacked China. She's went over there with a pink suit on, in her high heels, which I might add, she's walking on her high heels, very good for an 82-year-old woman. But to be honest, I know what she's done. She's gone over there to deliberately provoke China. That's my opinion, everybody. It's not fact, it's my opinion, remember, to all the trolls out there. Anyway, she's went over there, I think, my own opinion is that she's went over there to deliberately do what she knows she's caused. For China to go berserk. And China is. As you can see there, all the battles and everything, all the SUs and all that what they bought from Russia. And there's a lot of killing machine there, a lot of hardware. And on Taiwan was a 35 million people. Out of them, how many little children are there? How many kids? Kids that's never even had a life, just starting their life in their innocent little life, that kids that don't know all this stupidity that's going on. Literally stupidity. And I'm saying not just the Chinese, I'm saying the Americans. I know for a fact, this is my opinion, the Americans were responsible for the Ukraine war. They're behind all that. I know for a fact what's happening now, you can see for yourself. That's how the Americans do it. So I hope Mr. Biden has got his nappy on for when China does attack. Because I know for a fact he's going to cack himself. America's not ready, their armed forces are not ready. All what Donald Trump was going to do, he was building up and spending billions upon billions, even trillions of dollars to build up. He said, I'm going to build the world's biggest army. He never got a chance to do that. Biden gets empowered and stopped the lot. And now, look at the Chinese. And God help us if Russia joins with China. You're talking a mass extinction, to be honest. Which has been said on the news, so that's not just my opinion. But what the thing is, I say, it's my opinion, when the Chinese attack Taiwan, all them poor little kids there's gonna be a lot of little kids murdered. Because the Chinese are going to do the same as what Russia's done. They're going to attack the cities. They're going to attack the residential areas where all them little kids are going to be asleep in their beds. And they're going to murder the poor little kids in their sleep. So then the Xi Ying, whatever his name is, he's a child murderer. He's going to be a child murderer. I wish he'd watch this video and see what I'm saying. And it might stop him, because he is going to be a child murderer. And that's what it is when they do these wars. Murder children. Murder children. I mean, diplomatically, you turn around and say to Taiwan, look, we've never ruled, we've never owned Taiwan, but we say Taiwan belongs to us because you're close to us. But what I'm saying is, you can have your autonomous rule, but work closer with China, work closer with us, be part of us. Something down them lines to stop all this that's going on. Because the biggest losers of all are the children. In Ukraine, take a look at it. Them poor kids. I mean, I am a big man and I am a hard man. I'm not health. I don't have my health now, but even now, I wish to hell I could get myself over Ukraine to try and do something to help them kids. That's my only thing that I would go for, is to help them kids. And I know the Ukrainian soldiers have to go out there and they have to fight to save their kids. They are heroes, every one of the Ukrainian soldiers. And the Russian cowards should turn around and get out of there. The Russian baby killers. should move out. Anyway, I'm just going to get to the point of this now. As you can see there on some of the news headlines, that China's starting these drills. They're starting an exercise with their armed forces. That's both Navy, Air and Land. Now they said this exercise is going to go on from Thursday, which is today in the UK, day and time. It's going to go on from Thursday up until Sunday. Now we all seen the Russian forces amass at the Ukraine, at their borders with Ukraine. We all seen the massive build-up of equipment and men, and it looked like they were going to war with Ukraine, and Russia was saying, "Oh no, we're not. We're just protecting our borders." But they did attack. They put that there and tried to put it under the the false pretenses that they're just putting the equipment on the borders. China's done the same here. Now if you take a look what they've done with all their warships, surrounded all of Taiwan except the part where they can reach Taiwan from the Chinese beaches, and they've surrounded it. And on a personal note, to all you trolls, this is my own personal thought, that I don't see a drill or the Chinese just practicing. I see the Chinese, under the pretense of this drill, are going to attack. Personally, I believe they're either going to attack tomorrow, which is Friday, UK days, or Saturday. They will definitely not do it Sunday. And they're going to attack. They're going to fire missiles. They're going to fly jets over Taiwan and not do nothing. They're just going to fly them today, tomorrow, and then on Saturday probably, or they might attack tomorrow. But they're flying the jets. They're invading both the Taiwanese waters and airspace, and they're literally doing it, and they're flying low and everything across Taiwan. They're going to be firing rockets over Taiwan, low, pretty low too. They're going to be firing that, and they're going to make Taiwan believe that this is all just a Chinese exercise, because they're cheesed off with Nancy Pelosi going. But I personally think that they're just trying to get the Taiwanese to think that's all it is. Personally, on my personal note, my personal thoughts, that is not all it is. I think, this is my thoughts, China will attack and is going to attack Taiwan in the next day or two. And then all them poor kids are going to die because the adults can't get their act together. Now, mark my words, you will see China attack Taiwan. I believe that. I see it. I see what's happening. I listen to the Chinese words. They are going to attack. There's no reason for them to do this even with Nancy Pelosi. They could turn around and say, "Oh, it's a nasty skit you're doing by coming over." That's all they have to do. There's nothing big about it. There's nothing big about any person. The German, British Prime Minister could have all went over there. There's nothing big about it. It's just a visit by another country. But China is making a big deal of nothing. They've turned a molehill into a mountain. There is no need for what I see. The only need for what I see at this moment is to attack Taiwan and take over it. And the Taiwanese probably haven't gone on full alert and got every one of their troops and started building up more troops, getting more troops in their thing. There's 35 million people in Taiwan. Do the same as what Ukraine done. All men have to stay. All men are fighting, they should stay. And they should fight for their country, their children, their wives, their mums, their dads. They should fight for the young and the old, and fight these Chinese child killers, because that's what they are when they start attacking their country. Children are going to be hurt and killed and maimed, and see a lot that a child should not be exposed to. There you are, everybody. That's my prediction. Please let me know in the comments before the war starts if you think it'll start or not. Let me know your opinions on it. I'd love to read them. But China, I think, is a guaranteed cert. They will attack Taiwan within the next 2 days, next couple of days. Friday or Saturday. That's UK time and date. Because today is Thursday. The start of the exercise, the so-called exercise. Tomorrow they'll be doing it. Today they'll probably fire a few more missiles across Taiwanese airspace, right across Taiwan, so the Taiwanese can see it. They will probably fire mortars and everything, probably hit the shores of Taiwan, that close to Taiwan, to let Taiwan say, look at us, we're a big navy, we're a big armed forces, we're a big air force. And China and now America are craping themselves, because Biden's he's promised Taiwan all this lot. It's not going to happen. It didn't happen with Ukraine, and it's not going to happen with Taiwan. Also, the Chinese have already fired missiles that lid in the sea of Japan, and Japan's now got its back up because China done that. We can all see what's going to happen. They think, oh, they're going to attack Japan, so Japan's going to get its forces up. But all along, they have one thing that they're going to do, is attack Taiwan and take over the country. And I'm calling it a country. And also, for history reasons, for what I gather, China has never ruled Taiwan. They have never had anything to do with Taiwan, basically. So they have no right to Taiwan. Taiwan is a country, and the world should accept Taiwan as a country, call it a country, recognise the Taiwanese government, recognise that Taiwan is a sovereign state. So stop cowarding out and start calling Taiwan a country. Every leader of the world should be doing that. But if every leader of the world, Germany, France, Italy, Holland, Spain even, America, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, if they all said we're going to attack China, China will probably have second thoughts. But will he? Will XI decide to fire them nuclear weapons? Then what next? That's what we're playing with here. When China said to America, you're playing with fire, they were playing with fire. When they attack, which I believe when they attack, not if, when they attack Taiwan, we have to see what the Americans are going to do. And if they do something, what's going to happen next? It's big thing, this, you know. This is closer than the Cuba problem, the Cuba missile, nuclear missiles that were put on Cuba, and the Russians took them back off to stop World War III. This is closer than that. This is much more closer than that would ever be. So everyone, mark my words, my own personal, my own opinion, it is not fact, but my opinion is China will attack. This is just a pretense to attack, a pretense to war. They're getting everything in position, and then the firing rockets and planes are going across Taiwan, firing rockets across Taiwan. They're going to put shells on the Taiwanese shore. They're already firing rockets in their Taiwanese waters. They're doing all that lot to give Taiwan a couple of days to get used to it. Then it goes for real. Them rockets are going to start hitting the cities, the towns, and the troops are going to land. I think China's going to send something like 2 million troops straight in, more than what Russia did, because they can. You know, China's got about, how many million troops have they got? And I think China's going to send them in against the, what, 190,000 Taiwanese. Whoa, all them people have got a big army facing them. So yes, everyone, watch it. This could be World War III. And everybody, especially the trolls, I am not saying what everything I've said is fact. I am saying it's my opinion, and I am saying what I have said, you make what you want. But I would advise everyone, do your research and come back and tell me what you think. Don't be quiet about this. The more people on YouTube, the more people around the world that say something about this, these leaders, warmongers, that want to go out and murder little kids and children, might have second thoughts. Putin's certainly having second thoughts about Ukraine, because he's now found out that the world is on Ukraine's side. The world is now looking at Zelensky. He is the biggest hero on this earth. When he turned around and said, I don't want a lift, I want weapons. What a man. And I've looked at him, he's only a little man, but God, he's got the attitude of a lion. He is the biggest hero I have ever heard and seen on this world. And I hope he gets all the weapons and everything he needs, because I believe in him. I believe that Zelensky will push the Russians clean out of Ukraine, including the Donbass area and the Crimea. I think he will take everything back off Putin and say, come on, I dare you to come again. Putin's not going to do it. Because this, for Putin, is worse, literally worse than the Afghan war. For Putin, because their troops just cannot handle Ukraine. Ukraine is a world-class force. It's only a small force, but God, I'll tell you what, they've shown what they can do to a superior force like Russia. Anyway, on that note, I wish everybody the best of health. I wish peace in this world, and I wish everyone can have a utopia. Let's hope we get it. Goodbye.